Basketball season is getting closer, and we're really excited about it. What will this Duke basketball team be able to accomplish in 2024, 2025? What's going to be their "our team has arrived" moment? We answer that question and more on today's episode.
You are Locked On Blue Devils, your daily podcast on the Duke Blue Devils. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello, everybody, and welcome into another episode of the Locked On Blue Devils podcast. My name is JJ Jackson. I'm so excited to have you here with us on Monday, August 12th, 2024. Locked On Blue Devils is your one-stop shop discussing everything going on in the life of Duke athletics. We talk a lot about what's going on with this men's basketball program. Football season is right around the corner, and so much more. Today, Jordan Mann is back with us. We filled in some blanks with him last week about football. We got to do it again this week, talking about this men's basketball team. It's going to be an awesome conversation. If you have not done so already, please be sure to follow and subscribe to Locked On Blue Devils for free, wherever it is that you get your podcasts. Also, make sure that you leave us a 5-star rating and written review. Really fired up about the work that we've got coming in the days and weeks to come. And so your support on the podcast platform is great. Also, watch our show daily on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button to our YouTube channel. Like this video, share it with your friends. And as always, a major shout out to our everydayers out there. Really appreciate you making sure that you're tuned into what we got going on each and every day here at Locked On Blue Devils. So without further ado, so excited to bring him on into the show. He's back with us once again. Jordan Mann is here with us. Talked a little football last week, basketball, the conversation here today. And in the spirit of the Olympics that just ended, Jason Tatum's got his gold medal. Team USA back on top. We had to talk about basketball here today, man.
Oh, yeah. Shout out Jason Tatum. Made a big impact for Team USA this past month. But I am happy for him, all jokes aside. He had a great summer in terms of accolades, like NBA champion, got that off his back, and now another gold medal. So he has 2 gold medals now, and he's fine. Like, to talk about that real quick, look, Jason, sky's the limit for you, brother. You got in 4 years, you will be one of the faces of the franchise of Team USA. So keep your head going, and proud of him.
Without a doubt. I mean, what he was able to accomplish throughout the season was amazing, even if there wasn't a whole lot of playing time to be had for Tatum there at the Paris Olympics. All right, we got to talk about the Duke basketball team, though, because we're really excited about the season. On Friday, we had Isaac Trotter from 24/7 Sports on the show with us. Go back and listen to that conversation if you happen to miss it. We were talking a lot about that non-conference schedule and how early Duke is going to be tested in the season, and I think that kind of ties into our first topic here today. So as we fill in the blank, I ask you this, Jordan. Duke's "our team has arrived" moment will be against blank.
So I thought about this, JJ. Like, you know how I feel about games that are before January 1st. I always say season starts in January. But with this, I'll make an exception because of how crazy the non-conference slate is. And so I'm down to 2 games. And it is at Arizona, because Arizona, look, it's a get-back game on the road to Arizona.
Indeed.
Caleb Love. I think that's the game where Caleb Foster didn't score. That was one of his games early in the season where he had 0 points, I'm pretty sure. It's between that game, JJ, and then I'm going to say Auburn at home, because your boy Braum is a problem, and I think he's one of the best players in the country. So if you can beat a team with a player like that on their team, sets you up well for March. I know Kansas is really good too, but I got to split the hair. If I had to split the hairs, I'll go at Arizona, because that's a true road game against a team we lost to last year.
Without a doubt, I think that's the right answer. That's kind of where I was, because I was hoping that it wouldn't be too much later in the season, because I want this Duke team to get off to a good start, right? So where the schedule lines up, getting a win, a get-back game against the Wildcats on the road in particular, when you know this freshman class is going to be tested, and even the transfers have never really worn Duke across their chest and know what that's like to go into a road environment and that sort of thing. So good on us for being in agreement. I'm curious if folks will be on that same boat with us. Let us know in the comments down below. What game do you think will be Duke's "our team has arrived" moment? Next, Cooper Flagg will be the best Duke player since blank.
So yeah, this is, this is a fun category. I think Cooper Flagg's great, obviously. Like, look, but I think Duke always has really good players too. So it's not like I have to really go back in the time machine. I mean, I would say Paulo Banchero. I mean, he was a freshman that led Duke to the Final Four, and Duke should have won in the Final Four game against UNC, and he could have been one of the first one and done since 2015 to lead Duke to a national championship. So Paulo was dominant every time the ball was in his hands. He just always dictated the flow of the game. So I'd say Paulo Banchero.
I think that's a fair answer. I went back and forth between Paulo and Zion, and then the debate is, well, which of those two guys had the better season for the Blue Devils? The fact that we're talking about 2 number 1 overall picks as our choices for Cooper Flagg being the best Duke player since these guys, I think is impressive. So I don't know. I mean, when you look back, Paulo's year at Duke or Zion's year at Duke?
Well, I mean, they're 2 different years, right? Like Zion, they're both like dominant in their own different ways. Zion was just a highlight reel, like anytime he did anything. And so that is where him and Cooper Flagg are going to be relative in terms of ESPN. People will get tired of Cooper Flagg because say Cooper Flagg steal, Cooper Flagg dunk, and it's going to be like Shohei Ohtani, what we see now.
That's why I was leaning more towards Zion than Paulo.
So I think he'll be more publicized like Zion, and it'll kind of be like a media exhaustion. But I can't knock Paulo's one and done year at Duke because I think that's a very slept on one and done year in terms of we think Zion first instead of giving Paulo his flowers as well, I think.
Yeah, no, I certainly agree there. All right, so what do you think? Cooper Flagg will be the best Duke player since blank. Let us know in the comments down below how you would answer that fill in the blank if we were to pose that question to you. All right, we've got more coming up here on this episode of Locked On Blue Devils, and we're really excited about it. So let's take our first time out, and we're back right after this. All right, Locked On Blue Devils here today, brought to you by our friends over at FanDuel. This summer, FanDuel's been hooking up customers all summer long with a boost or bonus daily. That's right. There's something for everyone every day, all summer long. So head over to FanDuel.com and make the most here in your summer. That's right. When you take a look at what's going on now that the Olympics are over, full focus right now on Major League Baseball. A few weeks away from the start of college football. We've got some good props there, and then the NFL season will be right around the corner. But a lot of Major League Baseball action right now. Can my Atlanta Braves get out of a slump? Go check out their lines as they get set to play the Giants a little bit later today. FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball and of the Locked On Blue Devils podcast. Let's keep it going. Jordan Mann's here with us at J-Man's Takes on X. He's the host of the Big J and Little J show. Football season getting closer, but we're talking a lot about basketball here today. We're going to talk about a couple of returning players now. The only 2 returning guys for the Duke basketball team, Tyrese Proctor and Caleb Foster. We've got a question for both of them here. Tyrese Proctor will mean blank to this team.
Well, to fill in the blank, just a boring word, but a lot. I mean, He's going to mean a lot to this team. He is going to be the guy that stirs up the drink. Like, he has to be the guy. I always say, like I've said on your show many times now in this offseason, that he has the keys. So he needs to take care of the car. He needs to run the car. And I've had full trust in Tyrese Proctor, junior year Tyrese Proctor.
Yeah, I'm excited for him, and I'm excited for what he's going to be able to accomplish this season. I think as he goes, this Duke team will go. I think when Proctor is playing at his best and he's got that swagger and moxie about him, other guys on the team really kind of buy in. And Duke's just better when Tyrese Proctor is playing good basketball right now. I think he's going to mean a lot to this basketball team as well. Experience is the greatest teacher in all of this. And so we've got a lot of hype, Jordan, about the freshman coming in, but it's a good feeling knowing that we're getting set for this 3rd season of Tyrese Proctor. The 3-point shooting, I think, will continue to improve. He's got that really nice free throw stroke. Like we talked about a good bit last season, just got to get him to have more shots at the rim. The fact he's not taking transition 2s last season or shooting as many free throws as Caleb Foster did and fewer minutes out on the floor, just need to see more of an aggressive Tyrese Proctor this year.
Yeah, and you hit the nail on the head about the confident Tyrese Proctor. You get that version of Tyrese Proctor. He's one of the best ISO guys in college basketball. Like, nobody can be on an island with Tyrese Proctor because he will get you with a floater to the rim, or he loves that little sidestep pull up mid range. It's fun to watch when he has all the confidence in the world. So I'm hoping he has that confidence throughout his whole junior year.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the game against Louisville in particular last season when he went on a big run, and everybody in that gym is kind of jaw-dropped at what Tyrese Proctor is able to do. What do you think Tyrese Proctor will mean to the Duke basketball team in 2024, 2025? We want to know below. All right, next one. Fun question. Caleb Foster will be most valuable when blank.
He'll be most valuable. That's a good question, JJ. I don't know when he'd be the most valuable. I would say, okay, I'll say he'll be the most valuable when, say, Proctor doesn't have it going.
Yeah.
Like, I think he'll be second fiddle to Proctor in terms of just production because Proctor, like I said, ball be in his hands. But Proctor can't get it going. Caleb Foster will step up, and Caleb Foster will lighten the load for him, and he will come up in a big way in his sophomore year.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. Like, is it when Proctor doesn't have it going? Is it in spot up situations maybe, because we're envisioning Proctor and Flagg having the ball a whole lot for the Duke basketball team? When is he most valuable? That's what I'm just really curious to see how that evolves throughout the course of the season. Freshman year cut short due to an injury, but I mean, he was knocking down shots from the outside at a really good clip last season. And you talk about everybody kind of paying attention to Cooper Flagg. There's the avenue for him to knock it out to open shooters all across the board. And so if Foster is one of those guys who's also able to keep knocking down shots from the outside, there's a whole lot of value in that, in addition to all the ball handling stuff that you're going to get from him.
Yeah, I mean, and also with the film that you see on the summer workouts this year and last year, nobody can really guard him one-on-one. Like I talked about Tyrese Proctor, but he's very comfortable taking this guy one-on-one and getting to the cup. And so maybe that's something, like, he's most valuable when he gets downhill. Like you said, that you alluded to, he can hit outside shots, but if he can really get downhill and score around the rim.
Yeah, I like this answer that we're going with. Yeah.
That'll help spread the floor for Duke. That helps avenues to kick out to Cooper Flagg and the guys we've talked about. They can shoot the outside shot, but if he can get downhill, that'd be the most productive way for Caleb Foster and this team.
Is that a comfort thing, you think? Like getting used to the college game or not wanting to do too much? What do you think it is?
Like, you're talking about to get to the rim?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
because, I mean, this is something we're talking about a lot for Proctor and Foster, and we know they can do it. In some respects, they wouldn't be playing Division I basketball, much less at Duke, if throughout their life they haven't done that. So I'm just curious, is that a comfort thing, you think, or what goes into that?
I mean, I think it's more of a rhythm thing. Like, also, like, sometimes they're just running sets and they're not looking to get to the rim because the ball's not supposed to go around. It's supposed to go around the perimeter. But I think with Foster, look, you're a full year in the weight program at Duke. So you're bulking up even more. And so now he can really bang with the bigger bodies getting to the cup. And he had no problem really when he had the confidence to do it consistently this past year. And then same with Proctor. And they've gotten bigger and stronger another year in the Duke weightlifting program. So hopefully with the confidence and with them getting bigger and more alluded to the college basketball game, hey, maybe we can see it more frequently.
Let's make it happen. Let us know down below what you think about Foster, what you think about Proctor, their ability to drive, all of those things. We want to know in the comments down below here if you're watching with us on YouTube. All right, we'll go ahead and we'll take our final timeout on today's show. When we come back, a couple of more fill in the blanks with our guy Jordan Mann here on Locked On Blue Devils. Yeah, buddy. Locked On Blue Devils here today, brought to you by our friends over at eBay Motors. Passion, drive, and patience. It's the formula for winning championships, and it's also what keeps your ride or die alive. eBay Motors has everything that you need to maintain your vehicle and level it up to peak performance. Superchargers, roof racks, exhaust kits, LED headlights, and more. Whether you're into speed, power, or style, eBay Motors has you covered. With over 122 million parts for your number one ride or die, you'll always find exactly what you're looking for. And with that eBay Guaranteed Fit, your part is guaranteed to fit your ride every time, or you're getting your money back. Because with eBay Motors, you're burning rubber, not cash. With all the parts you need at the prices you want, it's easy to make your car the MVP and bring home huge wins. Go ahead and keep that ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply. eBay Guaranteed Fit is only available to U.S. customers. eBay Motors is a proud sponsor of Locked On Blue Devils. Let's keep it going here on today's episode of Locked On Blue Devils, Monday, August 12th. Jordan Mann is here with us at J-Man's Takes on X, and the Big J and Little J show. Football season right around the corner. Tell me about the show, man. Tell if people have never heard of this thing before.
Yeah, so Big J and Little J show. Connor O'Neill of Rivals, Devils Illustrated is the Big J because he's the journalist. I'm the Little J as the fan. We just got done wrapping up our season preview for Duke football. We're doing 2 parts. It was 3 hours long, so I was like, we're going to do part 1 and part 2.
Holy cow. Yeah.
So we are going first hour and a half is going to be, we did in-depth roster breakdown of like what to expect position by position. And then the next hour and 20 minutes, we did the schedule breakdown, best case, worst case scenario, what we think the record will be, and then most important game and Q&As from our Twitter followers. So it was a fully loaded 3-hour show that I'm going to split into 2. And the first part 1 will be out tomorrow, or will be out Tuesday. And then part 2 will be out Thursday.
Okay. Go check it all out. Where can people find that?
You can find it on Apple, Spotify, my YouTube at jman_. That might be a little later because I got to do some video edits, but it'll be out this week.
Love it. Go support it. Go check it all out. The Big J and Little J show. All right. Our last 2, as we take a look at these fill in the blanks on Monday, a blank freshman will surprise us in a positive way. This is kind of open-ended. However you want to look at this, Cooper Flagg is a freshman. You could give me a number of different freshmen. You could give me a name, however you view this question, Jordan.
Cam Sheffield. I was gonna say Cooper Flagg, but you beat me when you emphasized he was a freshman too. Look, the one guy that's getting a lot of buzz in the summer is a guy that I've been high on since like the recruiting class, basically, and that's Con Knipple, or Con Nipple, however you pronounce his last name. Sorry, Con. I went to Ferrum, 100% entrance rate, acceptance rate. But yeah, his peers are talking about how good he is, how well he can not only shoot, but just be a basketball player. And I think that's surprising some of his teammates. And I think that though that kind of seems like a bailout answer because he's getting so much love this summer, I think that needs to be emphasized because I've talked about him now for a few months. So to see him get the love of his teammates in the summer, I'm expecting some good things from him come this fall.
Yeah, I can't wait for the Con Knipple season. I think it's going to be remarkable. Outside shooting is amazing. A tough defender, fighting for his own shots, rebounding, doing all the little things right. And all of a sudden he's getting draft buzz, which is well earned, and excited to see what he can do. Here's how I take this. Blank freshman will surprise us in a positive way. Again, I thought about going individual freshmen and whatnot. I think almost all the freshmen will surprise us in a positive way, Jordan. And not to sit here and cop it out, right? Because this is what I probably would have wanted to say last season. But reality is Sean Stewart and TJ Power just didn't see the floor a whole lot. And so this is a lesson learned from JJ. This is called improvement, self-improvement here. I'm not going to say all of them because I don't know necessarily that we're going to get to see a whole lot of run this season from somebody like Darren Harris or somebody like Patton Gamba II. But Cooper Flagg, Con Knipple, Common Malawak, certainly Isaiah Evans is going to get some run out there. So I would say almost all the freshmen will surprise us in a positive way. And Jordan, I think that just speaks to how deep this freshman class is. How deep this freshman class is, and then just how well they can really correlate with the transfers that are coming in. And so the opportunity is there, right? So now they just got to take advantage of the opportunity they've been given by the staff. And look, whatever happens behind closed doors in these practices and stuff that we don't know about, they got to step up and play. And so we're starting to hear, like I said, buzz about Con. So if we could start hearing more buzz about the others, that'd be massive. Obviously, we know what Common Malawak can do. We saw him do it in the Olympics against Team USA,
And then Cooper Flagg's been well documented. So we get a fourth or fifth guy that, starts showing some more highlight reels. And it's like, okay, this other freshman now is making a name for himself.
One more to go here, and arguably one of the most difficult. Blank will not get as much playing time as we think. What we're forecasting here on August 12th, 2024.
Yeah, do not. Well, like I always said,
Old takes exposed. Get ready. Yeah,
I'm always right. I'm always right. Old takes exposed. So don't even have to worry about clipping this. God, yeah, this is not going to go well for me. I have to say the odd man of the three, for me to say Khan's that good, it's either going to be Darren Harris or Isaiah Evans on the wing position that will not have many minutes because you add the transfers of Sion James, who's going to be impactful. Mason Gillis is going to get the minutes. The fact I haven't called Mason Gillis Shane Gillis yet and all these times is phenomenal for me, by the way. But I have to say Isaiah Evans or Darren Harris, but not in a bad way. Just I don't know how many minutes you can get in 40.
Yeah, and that because they're freshmen, I'm not expecting as much. I think it's Mason Gillis, Jordan. That's what I'm thinking here today on August 12th. Yeah, I don't know. I think he's a great basketball player, but when you look at all the other freshmen, is there a lot of playing time out there for him?
Well, I mean, he's the
seriously
sixth man of the year in the Big Ten. They went to the
I don't know. I need people to. I don't know. I'm not convinced fully. I'm not convinced.
I mean, that is just clearly it caught me off guard.
Yeah.
This is August 12th. Maybe one of us will be wrong. I can say that for a fact, but I can see your vision because of the recruiting class, but I just think Mason Gillis is the proven winner.
James coming in, Tyrese Proctor and Caleb Foster are ahead of him, right? And I mean, look, if you're looking for a little bit of scoring, you've got the outside shooting for Mason Gillis, certainly, but I don't know. This is also, as we, Blank will not get as much playing time as we think. Right. And so what I'm consuming of Duke people talking about this, I feel like the buzz out there is a ton of playing time for Mason Gillis. There's only so many minutes to go around, and there are some really good basketball players like Cooper Flagg. We want him out there on the floor as much as possible. I think the same goes for Caleb Foster and Tyrese Proctor. Therefore, there's not as much minutes out. Like, if we break this down, I'm making more sense.
No, in your context of the fill in the blank, I'm pulling it up, will not get as much playing time as we think. Yeah, I could see that. It just caught me off guard because I was like, I don't know if Darren Harris or Isaiah Evans will be in the rotation, and then yours was Mason Gillis. But the reason I think Mason will play, and also people that love highlights, because I know fans, myself, we always love to see the highlights of the guys working in the offseason. You won't really see highlights of Mason Gillis because that's just not his game. He's a 3-and-D guy, so it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be a highlight reel worthy, but what he's going to do is just he guards 1 through 5, and that's why he'll play. Senior upperclassman has been in big games, and I think he honestly will be a guy that will have – I agree with you in certain games he might not play as much, but I think in the big games like we talked about with Arizona and Auburn, I think he's going to be heavily relied on to be the guy they can trust. And the pivotal moments, I wouldn't say he's going to play 25 minutes, but he might play 16 and it's the last 6 minutes of the game because they need that experience. But, the context, what you said, I understand your vision. That just caught me off guard because I was thinking freshman the whole time, and then you said Mason Gillis, and so. But that's why I love coming on here, JJ.
Absolutely, that's what we do. That's what I do. That's what you do. It's all the best.
100%.
This was fun, man. We're gonna have to do this again soon. Okay, we'll catch you next time.
I'll see you, buddy.
All right, that's Jordan Mann at JMan's Takes on X and the Big J and Little J Show. Sound off in the comments down below. How delusional am I? Go ahead and let us know what you think the answer to these fill-in-the-blank topics are as well. That's going to do it for today's show. As always, go Duke. I'll talk to you tomorrow. My name is JJ Jackson. Thank you and good day.